This is a follow-up video for a couple more tune-up ball exercises that you can do for your lower legs. If you haven't already warmed up your lower legs with the other exercises, I'll link the video. Go check that one out first. This is definitely a more advanced move, and it's definitely a lot more pressure in the tissue. So we definitely want to do a couple more stretching and rolling exercises to warm the tissue up and make it more pliable before we attempt this. So to start, you're gonna move your assistants out of the way, come up onto all fours, and bring your balls in the little tote. If you don't have a tote, socks work great. And you're gonna bring it right to where the leg starts to expand into your calf muscle. So you can see I'm not too far down towards my heel and my Achilles. I'm about a third of the way through the lower leg. And I am just going to sit back. This can be quite intense depending on how tight your legs are, all kinds of factors. If this is really intense, if once you get back here you feel like, I can't do this, I'm holding my breath, I'm tensing my muscles, I want you to bring your fingers down to the floor, lean your body weight forward. See if that helps. So finding a depth that works for you might be sitting upright, you might be leaning forward on your shins, or you might have your hands planted on the floor. See what works. You want your breath to be able to move nice and easy. And this can be, we're gonna hang out. This is it, this is the whole move. So we need to hang out for about 90 seconds to really allow that tissue change to start to happen, for those mechanoreceptors to be stimulated within the fascia, within the muscle tissue, to really get the desired change of releasing muscle tension that we want. So in order to hang out here, if you're lucky enough to have a helpful assistant like I do, you can give them a pet, hang out with them. If you're finding that it is really uncomfortable and you're needing a bit of distraction, I'm going to get you to do little circles with your wrist. The reason is that your brain is going to prioritize proprioception, or knowing where you are in space, over sending pain signals. So it doesn't mean that the discomfort feeling, you don't continue to experience it, you will, but you will experience it slightly less. This is exactly why when kids fall and hurt themselves, we tell them to go walk it off, right? Because that sensation of your body needing to know where your limbs are in space will override the pain signals. All right, we made it. Come on down onto all fours. Excuse me, bud. We are gonna do the exact same move again, but we are gonna move up right into the muscle belly. So you can see I'm not coming all the way into my knee pit. I'm staying a little bit on the meat of the muscle, but as I lean back, the back of my thighs are going to crush, hence the name of this technique, the calf crusher. It's going to add pressure, pushing into the head of my gastrocnemius and my soleus muscles at the back of my leg. As you can tell by the position that I'm in, this is a significantly more sensitive part of my leg. So for me, I'm gonna hang out here, my hands are on the ground. If my wrists were sore, I might make little fists instead of pushing through bent hands. And as best I can, I am trying to relax. My little helper's gone away, so I don't have a dog to pet to distract me. But what I can do is focus on my breath. Try to imagine your breath moving up and down your spine. So as you breathe, can you inhale and breathe all the way down to your pelvis? And as you exhale, thinking about it coming up out the top of your head, or even out of your mouth at the front of the body. Taking these nice, long, slow, controlled breaths. Noticing how it feels, maybe understanding now the little warning at the start of why you would want these tissues to be warmed up before we do this move. We're almost there. We're only going to hang out for a couple more seconds. You can do it. We're almost there. When you're ready, leaning forward, bring your body weight forward, bring those balls out from under you. Maybe sit back on your knees. Notice if you feel a difference side to side. You may or may not. Can you think about the back of your legs? Do you have an awareness of where they are? What do you feel? And let's try this on the other side. I'm going to pivot, but you don't have to move at all other than to lean forward. Again, we're going to take the ball. We want to set it up in the lower third of our leg, right where our leg is starting to branch out and get wider. I've got the balls in their casing perpendicular, and then I am sitting back, allowing the weight of my quads and my thighs to do this compressive static force for me. And we know for compression to work, we have to hang out here for a while. So I've adjusted my depth to something that feels comfortable. I might just do some wrist circles. Always nice to take care of the wrists. Try to drop my shoulders. Maybe I'll do some shoulder circles while I'm up here. I've got that proprioception, that movement happening, while my lower body is nice and relaxed, hanging out. Good. All right, leaning forward, bringing your body weight into your hands, lifting up through the glutes. We're going to bring up into the meat of the top of the calf. Again, we're not coming in so tight that you're falling into the ditch of the knee. You really want to be sitting right into that wide spot at the top of the leg, coming to lean back, feeling that compressive force come down, noticing the difference. Again, for me, I need a little bit of leaning forward to hang out here, but you might be okay up here. See how you feel. I find that this can also be a bit tender on the knees, so sometimes putting a towel or a yoga mat, if you have one out, can be a little bit nicer to do this exercise. We may as well invite comfort where we can if we're going to do hard things. Check in about what's happened with your breathing here. See if you can slow that breath down, thinking about breathing right down into your belly, or thinking about that like elevator that goes up and down your spine as you breathe in and out. And notice what you feel. Is it similar or different to what you experienced on the other side? Couple more seconds, we've got it. Let's stick with the breath. And coming forward. Take your tune-up bowls out and just take a moment. Notice how the calves are feeling. You might come to bring your legs long in front of you and just flex and bend your feet a few times. You might even stand up and take a couple steps and see how it feels. But give it a try. Let me know what you think about the calf crusher.